Hello, hello. It's Thursday, stupid question day, chat and a hat, where I put on the genius cap right here, which allows me to answer any question about any topic in the entire universe with complete accuracy. Guaranteed. Complete accuracy. Where I put on the genius cap right here. There you go, YouTube. That's how long the lag is. So, Jesus wants to know, why do they use a cotton swab to clean off the guy's arm before they give him a lethal injection? Standard operating procedure must be followed. Hi, Marcel. I hope you can hear now. Yay. Okay. So, I don't know. Internet weirdness. So, hello. It's Stupid Question Day. I hope you're all feeling good. Jesus says, why do aliens abduct humans if we are an inferior race? To study and experiment on. Ask the monkey in the cage. Why are you torturing me? Ask the bunny rabbit in the cage. I don't want to wear mascara. Hi, Linda. David Jones says the same reason we have zoos. They want to experiment and understand how our bodies work and how our small, puny little brains work. Maybe they want to adopt us and train us like puppies. Marcel says, if aliens could see how stupid we are, they would run and never come back. No, I bet they think that we would make cute pets. Look, I've got a pet human. Kibbles? Oh, I forgot to say hello. Hello, Philip Chandler. Hello. Let me say hello to everybody. Laura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Teases and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Angie Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Crime and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and when QOV and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and John McCain and Terry Sue and Cosmic Joe and Sam and St. Clinton and Witch of Capri and Frank, whoever you are, wherever you are. You've never come on the show, but you've sent me messages. Thank you for your sweet messages, Frank. I appreciate it. I don't know what part of the world you live in or anything about you, but thank you for your sweet messages. Always nice. Let's see. David Jones says, who is watching this show while in line for Star Wars? I'm going to guess nobody. I recognize that there are a lot of people who are big fans of Star Wars. I myself, of course, I mean, everybody in the world is a big fan of Star Wars, I think. It's universally popular. However, there is no thing in the world I would wait in line for or camp out for. Star Wars, whatever. No. Zero. Because guess what? It'll still be playing next week. And the week after. I'll probably be in the theater for 3 weeks. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. He didn't do that, did he? Marcel says if ghosts can walk through walls and glide downstairs, then why don't they fall through the floor? They can float wherever they want. They're not touching the ground. They're floating through. They're not walking. They're floating through, up and down, around, up and down. Tisa says he would wait in line for me. Oh, oh. But would you camp out for a week in front of the movie theater? In a tent? Marcel says he would camp out for a Prince concert. Tisa says, do blind people feel love at first sight? Oh, I'm in love. Oh, yes, they do. So tomorrow I go to see the neurologist. Yay. And hi, JNet Marketing Solutions. How are you? Long time no see on YouTube. Oh, that's Jay Dahlman. He used to be Moto something. Hi, Jay. How are you doing? We going back to all the way back to, wait, what was the website I started on? Oh, live video. Oh, Moto Medic from live video. Hi, Jay Dahlman. I'm on Google Hangouts and YouTube, and there's a whole bunch of live video people in the Google Hangouts. But I'm on both sites because Google Hangouts is fickle and sometimes kicks people out or doesn't let people in or only lets a certain amount of people in. But I think you probably remember Thesis and Allure Star and Shocker. Hi, Bill Canals. I hope you're doing well, Jay Dahlman. I see Jay Dahlman has gone from being a Moto Medic to a online marketing network solution promoter. I did. I was attacked, Jay Dahlman, and knocked. I was blunt force trauma to both temples, knocked unconscious. The guy tried to steal my bag, and I came back to consciousness, and then I chased him for about 10 minutes across all of Dallas, all through buildings and train tracks, and we had a standoff with a knife. We ran over train tracks. And finally, the police came and they got him. And it turns out it was serious. Turns out he was just released from prison. He was on parole. He had just seen, and it was lunchtime at the Dallas World Aquarium, right in front of their entrance. Not a dangerous place, a tourist place at lunchtime. He had an ankle monitor on. He had just seen his parole officer that morning, and he ripped off one shirt, and I picked it up, and he had a tank top on, and I grabbed the back of it and I ripped that off, so he had no shirts on. So we were running through the streets with a blonde girl chasing a shirtless man, screaming my head off the whole time. And since then, and it was pretty crazy, Jay, and since then, everybody here could tell you, I've had some serious post-traumatic stress. I thought I was fine for like 2 days because I was in shock, and like I didn't feel anything for, you know, hours. It wasn't until I got home that I even was like, oh wow, I'm like bumped and bruised everywhere, and I can barely open my mouth, and I got a big bump here. For the first 3 hours, I was so hyper adrenalized. I was like, you know, I'm surprised that the medics who came, that they called an ambulance, and they're like, yeah, and I'm surprised they didn't insist I go to the hospital, because I was obviously in shock and not feeling anything, and not really like in the right position to like make like an assessment of whether I was okay or not. Yes, he is in jail, and there's going to be a court trial coming up. And I've been in touch with the DA. They don't have a date yet, but I'm surprised that they didn't insist, because I was talking like that. Well, which DA? I'm sure there's several. Mine is a guy. Or ADA. Oh yeah. Okay. Not her. She's not the one I've been in touch with. So I'm surprised they didn't insist I go to the hospital. So, well, for the last couple months, Jay, I've been going to a whole bunch of therapy. I'm in therapy for post-traumatic stress. The last few months, I've been focused on healing. Tomorrow, I'm going to see a neurologist because I've been having trouble with headaches and my vision, and I'm having trouble writing, and I've been like shaking for 3 months like a chihuahua, like shaking, like when I my hands, like they're shaking, like. So I've just been focusing on, because I got a brain injury. I got brain damage, but I'm much better. Everyone on Google Hangouts will tell you I'm much better. In another month, I'll be totally back to normal. I'm just a month ago, I was a wreck. TBI. So I've been just working on healing and stuff like that. But tomorrow I'm going to see the neurologist, and then I'm gonna get an MRI and see what's going on. Oh, yes, traumatic brain injury. See, I don't know all those medical abbreviations. So, but I'm getting much better. It's that See, the post-traumatic stress is really weird and scary because that's like a brain injury, and but it's an invisible injury. You can't see it, and it makes you freak out for a little while. But but I was a badass, Jay. But I did get injured, and now I'm getting better. Jay says, I know, I've been there. Yes, I am, Jay. Marcel has a joke. Hang on. Whoops. Marcel has a joke. Hang on, I'm trying to get this to move. Ah, stop moving. Yes, Jay. Everyone here has been very supportive and helpful with that. I've got a therapist, I've got a psychiatrist, I've got a caseworker, and I've got everybody here who's been my support system. They'll tell you a month ago I was like melting down, and like literally like a month and a half ago I thought I was gonna need a 5-1-50 to lock me up. Why won't this move? I can't get the screen to move. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay, the little bar was. Hang on. Marcel says there were 3 elephants who were about to leave their home. They only had one umbrella. They all tried to fit under that one umbrella. When the elephants reach their destination, none of them are the slightest bit wet. How could that possibly be? Because it wasn't raining. Yes, I'm doing cognitive therapy. I'm doing really good. I'm doing. I get a gold star. All my therapists said I'm the best patient ever. They all said that I'm the best. They probably say that to everybody. and that they're very impressed with my progress, my persistence, my dedication. They said I'm a fighter with a strong sense of justice. LeCram says you get a stand. I want a gold star for good behavior. I did get here. I saved this. This is something I want to make a plaque of. When I was leaving Dallas and going through security at the airport, and they go through the security check, and there's a security guy, and he's like, he's talking and asking people questions. What'd you do in Dallas? And I was like, I stopped a crime. I caught a bad guy, and I told him, and Gave me a sticker. Junior TSA officer. I wore it all day. This is my gold star. It was very sweet. It was very sweet of this guy. I told him, it was the funny, because I told him he is up the beginning of the line, and then you go through the scanner thing, and I opt for the pat down. So they did the whole pat down and stuff. And so there's like about 10 minutes between when he talked to me and when they were done with the through the line and the pat down. And as I was just about to walk out, he's like, "Oh, hey, I got this for you." And I was like, "Aw, I get an," because I chased the guy. I caught the guy. I even said to the cops, "Hey, can I get a piece of this collar? I want to get credit for this because I'm the one who chased this guy." This guy had been just junior. This guy had according if the if the DA that I talked to was correct, he had been sentenced to 40 years for a crime. He served 20 because in Texas you usually serve half of what you're sentenced to before you can get out on parole. So he was out on parole after serving 20 years. He had an ankle monitor on. He had he had to see regular visits to his parole officer. So he was downtown, sees parole officer, went directly from seeing the parole officer to attacking me. And it was a punch from behind. I was just walking in, so I didn't even see it coming. It was completely out of the blue. He punched me. Actually, it hit me in the temple on the side of my head from behind. He came up from behind me and punched me, which knocked me unconscious immediately, and I fell like a ton of bricks on my side, and then this temple hit the ground. So I had my brain got bounced, and I had both temples got hit. And so yeah, so I'm hypervigilant, agoraphobic, terrified, can't sleep, shaking, nightmares, jitters, sense of safety and security completely gone because there's a safe place out of the blue. You don't even see it. Somebody comes and punches you from behind. When the phone rings, everybody here on the show has seen me. When the phone rings, I'm like, ah! Heightened startle response. But I'm getting better. In fact, today a neighbor knocked on my door and I didn't scream. I'm seriously, that is progress, because I like a month ago a neighbor knocked on my door, and first I screamed, and then when I talked to him, and I was hyperventilating so much I had a panic attack that I had to go inside and lie down and take a nap for an hour. So so I'm getting better. And at first, and I've made myself walk around the block, you know, like every day, Jay, and I've gotten better at that. When I first tried walking around the block, I was like a 90-year-old woman, and it took me half an hour, and then I had to take a nap. Now I'm still scared to go places. I'm still agoraphobic, but not as bad as before. The first 2 weeks, I didn't change my clothes for 2 weeks. Yes, Jay. Linda goes, ew. I know. David Jones, you know, I'm not sure if that's the correct way to go. I'm not sure if that'll be effective. That might have the opposite effect. So, yeah, so that's it. That I've been giving a daily updates record of my progress. In fact, Jay, if you want to see how far I've come, on my Facebook, there is a video I made from, I think it's November 3rd, and November 3rd, I was a wreck. And then there was a few days later when I did a show where I could barely breathe. I was like just hype, so. Oh my goodness, it's 5:55. So, all right, so I am just about to sign off. I know, we've been talking so much. It's very nice to see you, Jay. We are still here every weekday, Monday through Friday at 5:15 on YouTube and Google Hangouts. I put the links on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, please do. Tomorrow, Thursday, Stupid Question Day. Tomorrow's Funny Friday, where we share jokes to put everybody in a good mood for the weekend. So, David Jones says, go eat a pizza. David Jones, go send me a pizza. Send me cookies and a pizza. All right. Kisses for everybody. Let me say goodbye. Allure Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Sturgis Guy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and David Jones and Philip Chandler and JNet Marketing Solutions and LaCram and N1QOV and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and John McCain and Terry Sue and Cosmic Joe. Let me make sure I'm not missing anyone. And Wing Doggy